Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and this is the weather and lifestyle news show. Hello to Karen. Boy, wet weather. I'm waiting on it. They keep hit me up with it. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. And the last few days, that's all we've had is it's gonna rain. Yeah, looky there, looky there. Almost like the same forecast, just different people. Because it's Ari today. It's definitely Ari. So here we go.
So we have a pretty highly impactful storm that's going to affect a lot of people in the eastern U.S. Throughout the weekend into the beginning of next week. And, it's kind of going to be two areas of low pressure that merge into one significant storm that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. So here's one of those areas of low pressure. It's, already dropping some snow in parts of the Rockies now. It'll drop some rain in parts of the southern plains. That's not going to be too big of a deal. But look at this stronger area of low pressure that develops in the eastern Gulf. It's going to move across Florida on Sunday. It's all rain, but the wind is going to be really gusty. And I'll tell you guys, this time of year, if we had some colder air around, pretty good chance that this would be a big, big snowstorm. But, as things are right now, it's actually warm enough that this is going to be mostly rain. We'll get a little bit of snow on the backside of it in parts of the interior Northeast, maybe a little bit of snow in parts of coastal New England as it exits on Tuesday. But plenty of wind along with this storm. So we could even see some coastal flooding. The exact track of it is not, perfected yet, at least the forecast for it. So we'll keep you updated as the forecast updates come in. So when it's raining super hard,
we don't want to know about the
"It's
rain,
raining
do we?
cats and dogs." You might even say it yourself. Are you curious to know why we say that? Well,
Raining cats and dogs. That's what it's going to do. And hello to Karen. Karen's our moderator, and we thank her for all the good work she does. She keeps our chat room in line. I gave her a whip about 4 or 5 years ago, and I haven't seen her use it. She just throws popcorn. So this is the Weather and Lifestyle News Show, and please subscribe and follow us if you're on Facebook. The latest earthquakes, oh boy, we got quite a few of them. They said there's 47 of them, and quite a bit. Looky there, it's all peppered. We got the newest one that come out was the Virgin Islands, 3.4. And of course, I start over by Tonga and Fiji got hit with a 5.0. Now, I do a lot of the big ones. Now, we look over at the Mariana Islands. We had one there just a few days ago. This was a 5.3. Now, did it fill in the in-betweens? No, it didn't. So I'm surprised. And hello to Susan. Susan's in the room and said hello. Tool, Indonesia, 4.5. And then we go way over to, oh boy, Pelabuaratu. That was a 4. I seen it as a 5.0 earlier. I'm going to stick with 5.0. Then we go north into China, Xing. That was a 4.5. And then I think this is close to the Philippines. Yes, Barcelona, 4.5. And then nothing. It gets real quiet all the way to Chinook, Alaska with a 4.1. And then smaller ones. The highest one being an Arctic Village, a 2.6. Shungnek, 2.9. They're all real small. Let's see if I can get this one. 2.8. Houston, Alaska, not Houston, Texas, but there is one down towards Texas. It's Hermleigh, Texas, a 2.7. So no, Houston, Alaska is real. All right, so we get down to Oregon, Port Orford. That was a 3.8. And then Petrola, California, 2.5. Prineville, Oregon, 2.8. It almost looks like it would be Washington, but it's not. And then, of course, I told you about the Hermleigh, Texas one, 2.7. Then we had a good strong one, a 5.5 in Guatemala. Now, this was a 75 feet deep. So it was pretty deep, but there was still Let's see if I can get this other one. There we go. 5.0 in Puerto Madero, Mexico. And then down south of Panama, 4.4. And then yesterday we didn't have nothing in South America. Today, Cobre's Argentina, 5.0. Let's see if I got now down here on the southern East Pacific Rise, a 5.5. And on the Birdhead, Sandwich Islands, a 5.4. Seems like they kind of settled down. Uh, Hashed bar, Iran, 4.4. And then we had two of them almost back to back in Kyrgyzstan, 4.2. One right below it, Ashsham, Afghanistan, 4.4. So there you have it. 47 earthquakes. They didn't go in between the spots. It's very unusual. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. All the big earthquakes hit on the weekend for some reason. I think they know I don't do earthquakes on weekends. But if I get one, and Dutch Sense talks about it, I'll post it onto the Facebook page. Okay, so what to know about the Geminids meteor shower? Let's see.
The last major.
Sounds like Miss Davis. Is she going to tell us about um, asteroids?
The last major meteor shower of the year is looking like it will be quite a show. The Geminids meteor shower will peak on Thursday, December 14th, though Wednesday night, December 13th, may be just as active. And the new moon will keep the skies dark, giving you an even better look. To get the best view, head to a spot with a clear view of the sky away from streetlights and artificial light from buildings if possible. And give your eyes a few minutes to adjust to the dark. While the Geminids will be the most active after midnight, you may start seeing meteors as early as 8 or 9 p.m. And look closely. The chemical makeup of the meteors can give the Geminids a greenish hue. Much of the northeast corridor from Boston to Washington, D.C. is forecasted to have clear enough skies to view the Geminids both nights. The Ohio Valley and southern Great Lakes into the upper Midwest should also be able to get a look on at least one of the nights. But weather systems could cause clouds to obstruct your view in parts of the Northwest into Northern California, as well as parts of the Southern Plains and Southern Rockies. Parts of the Gulf Coast and Florida could also get some cloud cover.
So there you got it. Is anybody going to go watch? Get some pictures. Definitely. A dog is a Christmas thief. Our dogs love the tree. Mine do. Mine like to go under where it's plugged. And they have a thing for a snowman sitting there. One of my, I had a few of them sitting here. But the snowman, they tend to keep getting hold of it. And envelopes to my Christmas cards. So now this one here, he decides he is going to decorate the porch all by himself. And of course, we love our dogs that if they see something different, they want to change it. So here we go. I think he just found a toy. That's all it is. Dogs get bored very easily, especially that breed. And I think he was bored and he wanted that toy. He thinks it's a toy. All right. Many volcanoes appear all over Texas Beach. It's a ghost shrimp, folks. I know we get the I don't know what they're called. They're mud towers in my backyard. They're about that big and they're about that tall. And the ghost shrimp come out. And of course, my dogs think that they're wonderful to eat. And they'll dig and they'll dig and dig and dig until they see any more. If they don't, then they go to the next tower. So the ghost shrimp is what has caused this anomaly in, let's see if we can get this up, in Arizona. But everybody was looking at it, wondering what it was. There they are. See, some of them are breathing. You see the one that was breathing? Oh, yeah. Let me get rid of that. So they were breathing. Now let's see if I can, I haven't found it. Anyway, it is ghost shrimp. Let's see. Okay. Now this is Quintana, Texas. The mounds were popping up on beaches of the Quintana Beach County Park. However, the mystery was quickly solved when park officials explained that the mounds are, or what they call mini volcanoes, were from burrowing ghost shrimp. The ghost shrimp are 3 to 4 inches long and can dig and burrow 4 feet deep. Added, the ghost shrimp are important part of intertidal ecosystems because they drive oxygen into the sand, and they burrow, which helps organic matter and to decompose, enriching the sediment and ultimately providing food for more little critters. Yeah, ghost shrimp. Karen and Susan, do you guys get those there in Pennsylvania? I don't know if William's in here. Let me know down in the comments if you get those, because we get them in the South. And out in California, we never got nothing like that. I came out here and I was like, whoa, what's coming up in my backyard? Yeah. Okay. So onward. A walrus that hum, roar, and can sing on command during dinner time at the local zoo. So I'm going to get this going. Here we go. Well, that was quick.
Mustache. Good.
Sputter. Sing. Click. Good. Whistle. Good job.
All right, let me back it up.
Roar.
Mustache. Good.
Sputter. Sing. Click. Good. Whistle. Good job. Hum. Very nice. Good. Bubble. Butter. Good.
Isn't he cute? I mean, he kind of ugly in a cute way.
Roar.
Mustache. Good.
Sputter. Sing. Click. Good. Whistle. Good job. down. Very nice. Good. Vocal position. Butter. Good.
He's better than most dogs. He's definitely better than most dogs. Yeah. He sings, he makes noises, and oh boy, whistles, sticks his tongue out. Wow. So on this day in history, guess what it was? Disco came alive. December 14, 1977. Saturday Night Fever debuts. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The disco. Yeah, boy. John Travolta. Yeah. Capturing disco era in America. And there are still people out there that do the disco, they say. Movie captured Travolta to stardom. Was built on fraudulent piece in magazine purporting to capture a New York City club scene. I thought it was pretty much what the clubs were doing at that time. It was all disco. Disco. And the Bee Gees, and you would go and you would tell them, can you play something besides disco? They'd play disco because it was always all the popular songs. So, yeah. So today, on the 14th, 1977, John Travolta brought disco into our movie theaters. All right, Yuletide owl found roosting in Kentucky family's Christmas tree for days. He was in there for days before being discovered. I wonder if they heard him hoot. Oh boy, I hate these. All right, here we go. Okay, enough of the owl drinking water, but they did find him in the Christmas tree. Let me get this article pulled back up. So a Kentucky family decorated the Christmas tree. It was inside their home for 4 days before it was discovered to be the home of an owl that was very thirsty, they said, after they got him out. They have 3 dogs, and we use the room nonstop watching TV, and the kitchen's right there. And there was no indication there was anything in the tree. But then they seen an extra ornament on their tree and said, what's that? Can you imagine looking at your tree and going, honey, did you put a big stuffed owl on our tree? But it moved. And there he is again, peeking out. They say they try to pick the most beautiful tree they can at the tree farm. And he said that the owl's home was disturbed when her family went for their yearly hunt and for the Christmas tree. And every year, love it, he said. We've picked out, as a family, the first person to spot the feathered friend was Bobby Hayes. Hayes is the owner of Magic Carpet Cleaning and was a service of the home while the family was away when he noticed the branches moving. The closer examination revealed a small owl was resting in the tree. It crawled up onto the tree further, and it looked at me for several minutes to even find it. They said Initially, they thought Hayes was pulling a prank with a stuffed animal. I thought he put a stuffed animal or an ornament in there. And then, so I called him immediate, like, you're kidding me, right? I thought you put a stuffed animal or an ornament. So they called him immediate, like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Uh, Hayes told the local news station that he gently removed the owl from its cozy home, found a wooded place to release the baby bird as it drank nonstop out of the puddle. So there we have it right there. The baby owl in the tree. As long as it's not a bat. I had a bat get in here. I tell that story a lot. I had a bat get in my house one time. No, no bats. Okay, are robots taking over? Because they have a robot now that can build walls for construction companies. We've seen the dogs with the police. We've seen the robot dogs for the military. Well, now, guess what? They're mixologists. Yeah, they're going to replace human bartenders. I wonder if they're going to listen. And oh boy. So this is a revolutionary change underway when it comes to making our food and drinks. Now I know they were going to have some of them making food in the fast food places. Now, how come they don't have them at the checkout line? I mean, I'd rather look at this robot they have portrayed than just that machine. It looks friendlier. Let me show you guys. Um, so here he is. There's our mixologist. He even has a tuxedo on, folks. I wonder if he sounds like Jack Nicholson from The Shining. Um, so, um, so once limited to the fields of the industrial manufacturing, and beloved Roomba now making a monumental leap into our kitchens and dining experiences. The shift is not just a fleeting trend; it's a evolution reshaping the very fabric of food and beverage industry. Well, at least we don't got to tip them. No tips. Yeah, let's not give them no tips. So he is Kimmy. Kimmy is his name. Is a humanoid bartender that stands as a testament to the possibilities of robot technology in the food service. Kimmy isn't just a machine. It's a marvel of modern engineering that seamlessly blends efficiency with user-centric approach. He could serve a wide array of beverages and snacks around the clock. Kimmy represents the new pinnacle of automated food and beverage service. I wonder if he tells stories. I wonder if they programmed him to do that. All right, over 50,000 people flood a New York town for a world record Christmas light display. It started very simple with just 600 lights and 2 trees in front of the steps. And one year, my brother suggested us put lights all around the pond. Once we did, that was actually the spark that ignited, adding more and more each year. And so it takes months, he said, to display, and it has 40 miles of lights and 8 miles of extension cords. Each flickers so carefully, choreographed music through the computer. So in the house, there's a computer with software that controls the lights. Each year, anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000 people visit the small town. And even the car, even the truck got its magical touch of the lights. So Christmas cheer is not completely written off. However, Lead Constable George Treadwell said some of the residents complained about the traffic created by thousands of visitors. We're trying to get everybody to enjoy themselves, but trying to keep the road open for the residents who live here is a challenge. Yep. And so They are a flood of Christmas lights. Not that it flooded, it's a flood of Christmas lights. The neighbors complain about the lights being too bright and they can't sleep, and horns honking. And they said it's a never ending string to see the Christmas lights. 'Tis the season. All right, this one here, I love this. The Coast Guard rescue surfers stuck on an iconic rock from the 80s. So the surfers ended up being stuck on the Oregon Canyon Beach is known for surfing. It's also famous for being the Haystack Rock. The huge rock made famous by its appearance in the 1985 classic, The Goonies. I know you guys will recognize it. And so they had to call for the Coast Guard. And the Coast Guard came and got them. And they all kind of giggled because these surfers said it was one of their favorite movies as a kid. And how weird was it to be stuck on this rock with their favorite movie? I don't know. I think they did it on purpose just so they could have the story about them and be able to. So it was a pair of surfers exploring Pacific City Haystack Rock and caused a rescue response by the U.S. Coast Guard. The pair of surfers exploring Pacific City Rock caused a rescue response because they couldn't get back out because of the rising tides. All right, boy, I tell you, the Goonies. What a great movie to watch right now. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Now, I told you guys about the gummy bears with the fentanyl yesterday, I believe. 2 adults were arrested after 7 fourth graders ate these gummies laced with fentanyl at their Virginia elementary school, and 5 were rushed to the hospital. They did arrest Nicole Sanders Clifford Dugan. Have been charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor following the shocking incidents. Officials said the 2 are the caregivers to the child who brought the candy to the school. So they caught them, folks. They caught them. All right, so we're down to the funny post. I got a great show coming up. Drugs and cartoons. I know I've done this one before, but I'm going to do it again. It's a good one. So Gargamel, most likely on LSD, spends his life pursuit of little guys in white outfits and mental abusing his cat. What does he plan to do with the blue dwarves when he catches them anyway? I hope he don't eat them. They don't taste like blueberries. And they don't taste like chicken either. All right, olive oil, probably dexatrim abuse, maybe some amphetamines. Who's that skinny? She don't even have, they say, breasts. She's just skinny and flat and all over the place. One side question: what the hell are Popeye and Brutus thinking? They almost made the list for courting her. Snagglepuss. I don't know if you remember Snagglepuss. Can't explain it. Maybe it's the name or the look, but he is suspicious. He-Man. This is an easy one. I mean, come on. Raid monkey, #1 power of the animal. Makes me want to root for Skeletor alone in his castle. Hitting weights. And on top of that, he even injects the stuff in his pet tiger. Is that animal abuse? I don't know. What about Yogi and Boo Boo Bear? We all know what's really in those picnic baskets. They go back to the cave and trip. Droopy, the #1 downer abuser in the Toon land. Can't someone slip him an upper every year or 2? The only time I saw him happy was when he sees a picture of the babe. Daffy Duck. Now, if he isn't using crack, Marion Barry is clean. He's so weird he bounces around on his head without pain. Blows his beak off at the same time. Some symptoms might be a form of daffiness. It wouldn't work for him, I don't think. It might be his buddy with the Tourette's, Porky Pig. Shaggy, by far, is the number one suspect. His clothes, his hair, his bad goatee. The boy converses with dogs. But all of this is nothing until you go to the munchie factor. Anybody who averaged 9.3 dog treats consumed per episode does pot. Scooby's guilt by association. And look at the way he and his friends painted that van. Oh, yeah. So I got another one. Fitness thoughts. Getting to the beginning of the year, and we always say, what are we going to do for the new year? Well, let's lose a little bit of weight. Fitness thoughts. My grandmother started walking 5 miles a day when she was 60. She's 97 now, and we don't know where the hell she is. The only reason I would take up jogging is so I could hear heavy breathing again. I joined the health club last year and spent $400. I haven't lost a pound. Apparently, you have to show up to lose the weight. I have to exercise in the morning before my brain figures out what I'm doing. And once the coffee, it refuses to work out. I don't exercise at all. If I was meant to touch my toes, if God meant us to touch our toes, he would have put them further up the body, like the knees. Well, that just totally ruins the song, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Because there'd be head, shoulder, knees, and knees, toes. No, that's not right. I like long walks, especially when they are taken by people who annoy me. I have flabby thighs, but fortunately my stomach covers them up, and I can't see them no longer. If you are going to try cross-country skiing, start with a small country. I don't jog. It makes the ice jump right out of my glass. I have to stop a few times to get it back in. All right, folks, that is it for today. And I have a wonderful show coming up later. It's about these terrorists. Where do they come from? What are they about? So if that's what you want to watch, come on back in about 30 minutes and watch the show. And if not, we will see you tomorrow. And of course, we all know tomorrow is trivia night. And we do 3 shows. So with that, take care and enjoy the video.